This is me benching 100 kg at just 15 years old, a feat that every gym goer dreams of achieving no matter what their goals are. However, for most teenagers, hitting this lift seems out of reach and impossible, but today I'm going to change that. In this video, I'll be going over how I exploded my bench press so quickly at such a young age, so you can hit this insane milestone and finally ascend from a boy to a man. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first thing we need to talk about is training frequency. Most people only bench press once or twice a week, and that's one of the biggest reasons why their progress is so slow. Unlike the deadlift or squat, the bench press isn't as fatiguing, which means you can recover from it faster and therefore train it more often without feeling sore. Ideally, you should be benching between 2 and 3 times a week for maximum strength gain. Think of it as a hobby. The more you practice, the faster you improve. The same here goes for bench press. However, if you're a beginner only benching once a week right now, don't jump straight to 3 sessions. Your body may be overwhelmed with the sudden change in volume, so you may struggle to recover for your next bench session. Instead, build up gradually. Increase from 1 session to 2 sessions a week, and after a few weeks when you feel comfortable, add a 3rd session on. Here's an example of what I do. I bench at the start of each of my push days, and if I do a 3rd session, I do it at the start of a leg or back day. However, this may vary based on what your split is. Now you know when you should bench, let's dive deeper into what you should be doing during these bench sessions. To get stronger in any exercise, you need to progressively overload. This can be done in multiple ways, for example, increasing the weight that you do, or increasing the amount of reps that you do. However, there's another way to progressively overload, and that's by adding sets, and this is what we'll be doing to increase our bench press. Here's how to do this properly. Start by picking a weight that you struggle to do for 3 reps. This is usually 85% of your 1 rep max. After doing that first heavy set, take a 4-minute break and then go again. If you fail the second set, that's fine, just stop there. The goal is to come back in your next session to beat your previous attempt. So, if you only manage to complete 1 set in your first session, next session aim to complete 2 sets, then 3 sets and so on. You're basically trying to do as many sets of 3 reps as possible. Over time you'll notice that the weight starts to feel lighter, especially in your first set, and that's how you'll know you're getting stronger. Once you can hit around 5 sets with the same weight, add 2.5 kg and repeat the cycle, starting from 1 set again. Yeah, I know, this is an extremely simple and straightforward method compared to what you may see online, but from my own experience, it works very well. Real quick, if you're benching 2 times a week, both of your sessions should be done like how I described. However, if you're benching 3 times a week, one of your sessions could be done with a lighter weight to focus on form. You may be strong enough to bench 100 kg, but if your form isn't perfect, you're holding yourself back. The thing with benching is that there's so many small techniques you can do to lift more weight, and it's all in the setup. Here's how to set up properly. First, approach the bench. Then put your hands on the bar, making sure they're not too close. Then grab the bar and try to snap it in half. This will engage your lats. After doing that, roll your shoulders all the way back. After that, put your bum down and step your feet back as far as they can go, while keeping a flat foot. After doing this, unrack the bar. As the bar goes up, drive your legs as hard as they can, almost like you're trying to slide your head off the bench. And remember, the most important thing is to maintain form. Another way to rapidly increase your bench press is your diet, because eating more will help you get stronger. To do this, eat 250 to 500 more calories above your maintenance each day. This will be enough food for you to gain weight, but not overdo it and become fat. You also need to make sure you're getting enough protein in. This is because protein repairs and builds your muscles after you train them. Aim to eat around 2.2 grams of protein per kg of body weight to stay on the safe side. When you combine a small calorie surplus with a high protein diet, you'll notice you'll recover faster, get stronger, and your bench press numbers will start to climb. I should also mention that strengthening the muscles involved in benching can help you lift more weight. This includes your triceps, shoulders, back, and even your legs for leg drive, so make sure not to neglect training them while you're trying to get stronger for bench press. Just stick to your normal routine and make sure you're training your muscles involved in benching. Anyway, that's all for today's video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for 500 subscribers, it means the world to me. It'll be amazing if we hit 1,000 subscribers soon, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, see ya.